Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is your boy Tiladia Plays, bringing you back with another DC video, you guys. In today's video is kind of a DC news video. It's my first ever hashtag new DC video. And guys, some exclusive news that happened today, some big news, and as you guys can tell by the title, yes, our boy Henry Cavill is back, and what's happening? He's getting his very own Superman film, a sequel to Man of Steel. So I'm gonna read up from the article, which is from Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood, I know why I said a heroic Hollywood. I meant Hollywood Reporter, and they've been talking in the article about the fact that um, Black Adam versus Superman film, like Dwayne Johnson wants to have um, a, a film versing Superman, but also fans' desire to see Henry Cavill is like is basically stoke fans definitely. But also in the article, they talk about James Gunn and his unknown project, which we don't know about. But they're also commenting about um, Superman. It says while while it isn't clear what hero or team Gunn is targeting, um, the writer director would focus on the secondary season of Peacemaker. The studio eyes are very much on Superman. Under Warner Brothers Discovery, CEO David Zaslav and the Warner Brothers Pictures heads Mike DeLuca and Pav Abdi, Warner's has had an intense desire to reprise Cavill's iteration of the hero. The project would essentially be Man of Steel 2, is being produced by Charles Roven, which is big news, guys. For me, as a Superman fan, I'm super ecstatic for this. That means your boy is coming back. I mean, he was in, if you guys don't know, Cavill is, spoiler alert, I'll put a warning up. Spoiler, Cavill is in Black Adam 2. Just gonna put it like that, right? Not only because it leaked out, but The Rock kind of gave it away, and there was leaked scenes and all different things. But also, it stays in this that there was a wish list for a director, which was in Christopher McQuarrie, who does the Mission Impossible, that guides the Mission Impossible movies. Well, McQuarrie has actually worked with Cavill in the past in 2018 um, in Fallout, but sources say no official outreach has been made, nor as feasible, as the director is working on the next back-to-back Mission Impossible film. Johnson, however, has Superman plans of his own, which is big, and he's been very vocal on his desire to make a Black Adam versus Superman movie, a desire only reiterates more frequently in the lead up to Black Adam. This comes as he talks up his surprise cameo at the end of Black Adam, which we just mentioned previously. Um, but all stating that Cavill will appear. Insiders are wondering if these calls are intended to go to Goose. I don't know what that means. To Goose movie opening box office weekend, or to maneuver Superman on his own chess square. Perhaps both. You never know. Whatever the case is, The Rock is is definitely at the center of Cavill's return to DC, which was without some drama of its own. Which as we know, Danny Garcia, Boss Lady as we call her, is his former wife, but also producer for Seven Bucks Production. Garcia is also representative of Henry Cavill. Superman has as well as Cavill has initiated initial plans. Was not in Cavill was not initially in the Black Adam movie, until recently for reshoots earlier this year. But the cameo was nixed by Hamada, the former executive, who's no longer at the studio. Guys, we'll get this out the way. He's no longer at WBD, which is a big thing. It says here in the article um, that, but uh, ex- the former executive, who was last 4 years, tried hard to move DC beyond the era where one filmmaker, in this case Zack Snyder, had inordinate amount of influence, could command an entire slate for years. Hamada had his own Superman plans, one of them involving a black Superman, multi-decade spanning stories with the Nihishi coats, which I'm not a big fan of. Hamada said, after Hamada said no, Johnson went around the executive, turned to Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdu, gave the thumbs up. A furious, a furious round of negotiating occurred before Labor Day, a deadline insisted by Warner, and the scene was shot mid-September, which is just last month, which is crazy. But guys, honestly, I'm super excited for this because now the focus is going to be on Superman. You talk about the other projects in this article, but this is mainly about the Superman film, which was not only kind of hinted at by The Rock, but Mikey Sutton and Sil Abdul, both great guys. Got to check them out. They've been talking about Superman for quite a long time as well. So I would recommend checking them out. And I'll leave a link to their YouTube page. So Mikey Sutton's website, which is Geekosity, and Sil Abdul's YouTube page. So you guys can see the receipts on where they specifically talk about Henry Cavill's return to the DCEU. But now, guys, honestly, it's going to be a while before we get this next Superman film. As per se, in last Scoop Center, it was like, oh, Cavill's, it's going to be a while. Most likely, guys, if I had to guess, 2024 or 2025. I'd say 2025 at the latest, but earliest 2024 because, next year is the biggest year for Superman. Superman's 85th anniversary is happening. That is such a big deal for DC. So they want to make big plans next year. We know that next year DC have already got not one, not two, but three DC films next year. So they want to carry on that trend and push on a positive way. So what better way to do more DC films than having a Superman film after Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom? And I'm really excited for that. So I want to kick it to you guys. What do you guys think about this new Superman movie news? Like, Henry Cavill is back. We know that, right? We've seen it. We've heard about it. And what are you excited? What villains would you like to see in this film? Sound off in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about this? What do you want to see in this next Superman film? So on and so forth. I've been your boy Taladia Plays. Make sure you do follow me on Twitter, which is at Taladia Plays. That link will be in the description alongside Inside the Multiverse, a DC Comics podcast that I do every 2 to 3 weeks. Myself and my co-host, DC Comics Gamer, where we cover DC, all over the world of DC, from the Matt Reeves the Batman to um, Gotham Knights to DCEU news. We'll cover all of that jazz, and I would recommend you guys checking that out. So the link to the Twitter handle and to the Discord server and to the YouTube page will be in the description. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. So like I've said before, leave a like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell because when a video does go live, you will be notified. I've been your boy Taladia Plays. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there and peace. See you guys later.